What is going on, Savages? Hope everyone is doing fine tonight. I'm doing okay. Thanks so much for asking. I ran a poll yesterday. I'm kind of trying to get back to maybe doing basically some random coin stuff. I ran a poll and on Twitter, a Twitter poll, and it came. Whoops, that's not it. This is it. And AION won. I just basically said, hey, what should we talk about, on Wednesday night? And at 9:30, which it's actually 9:45, but that's okay. I was a little late. And AION won by just a little bit over Raven. I was really surprised. I was really thinking that swap would do a lot better. And, I was surprised that they came in last, but okay. I mean, I know that the market caps are nowhere near each other and, support and things like that on Twitter and whatnot probably is what kind of led to this result here. But AION won nonetheless, so that's what we are going to talk about tonight. So let's do it. Before we get started on AION, let's look at what I am currently mining. That is going to be, I'm still mining Bitcash on NVIDIA. Doing okay over there. I mean, if you look at it at USD value, I think I'm somewhere around $3 or $4 a day or something like that. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as how much I'm accumulating each day and what I think it'll be worth in the future. That's the way I look at it. And CCX is the same. Mining CCX on the AMD rig, and then also on the shared rigs, I am doing the same thing, still mining CCX over there. These are co-owned, and we decided to stick on CCX for the foreseeable future, and we've been on there for since March. We were off and on before March, but we stayed on CCX since March, so we've done pretty well. I mean, CCX has kind of taken a hit lately, but the whole market has, so it's not really that big of a deal. They're sticking in there pretty well, so not worried in any way. I think that it's a good project and has a lot of room to grow, so that's why I am on it. And you can see right here that I still have that one GPU that's down. I still have it right here. Still missing a fan. So I haven't got around to, been busy, haven't got around to swapping the fan out on that one, so that's why you see 7 of 8 up there on that top rig, the Dagobah rig. And yeah, so that's what I am up to on my rigs. Let's also look at the top 10. This is just, obviously down here you can see, not financial advice or nothing like that, or what to mine advice or anything like that. This is just my list of top 10. And like I said last night, I'm probably going to, now this is all just proof of work, CPU, GPU, mineable projects. This is not showing you anything about what crypto I hold or anything like that, because of course I have BTC, I have Ethereum, I have other stuff. It's not just this, but this is just the projects that I like to look at for mining. That's really all this is about. And AION is up here. These aren't really in order, although they might end up being sort of in an order of the way that I thought about them as I was making the list, if that makes sense. So this was kind of like the order that I was thinking about them. So that'll tell you a little bit. Now, it does need to be updated. I think some of these need to come off. I'm not going to tell you which ones. I've got a couple that I want to add, so look for that in the future. Not too distant future. I'm going to be updating this. So let's blast through. Let's look at the market here real quick. Man, it's been not a great day in the market. Yeah, kind of took a little bit of a hit here. The Ethereum is worrying me a little bit. Link is worrying me a little bit. Bitcoin, not so much, but yeah, not a good day for me, but I don't worry. I don't get upset or anything like that. I know that in the long run, we're all doing the right thing. So let's look at AION real quick, see what's going on over there. And they are back down to 7 cents. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not liking that. Hang on just a second here. Sorry about that. I heard a crazy noise and I don't know what it was. All right, had to walk around the house real quick. All right, so yeah, AION's not looking good. But again, you know, everything's down, but man, that is yeah, not good. They were holding up there a little earlier today around 8 cents, and then yikes. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, guys, but I'm still holding. I have some, so I am sticking with it. All right, let's look at Raven. Raven is almost a 2-cent coin again. These numbers, guys, are just it's frustrating, right? We all know how important all this stuff is and where it should be, and then it's just not there yet, and it's like, wow, what is going on? So the swap is at 15 cents. Let's look at Zelle. Zelle is almost under 10 cents. CCX, they had a good day the other day. They went from 29 up to like 39, so they had a pretty good jump. Only down 3% today, 4%. Then we got Vail. And Loki. All these are just, you know, basically going sideways for the most part. Okay, so there's a bright spot. You got Nimic up 7% almost. eGem up a little bit. And then Bitcash. Let's see what, because I'm mining them, so let's see what they're doing. Not good. They bounce around a lot. I mean, fluctuate quite a bit. Between 6 and 3 cents, it seems like. Although, yeah, 6 and 3. Their favorite number, I think, is 6, right around 6 cents. They're going up and down a lot. Okay. All right, so that is a little bit about what's going on in the market. We've got really low volume. Bitcoin dominance is really high. Market cap dropped quite a bit. If I remember the last number yesterday, I don't even know what it was yesterday, but it looks like it came down quite a bit here. Yeah, see, it was around 264, 280, got up to 280, and yeah, now it kind of, see how it dropped off there at the end quite a bit. So we're having a pretty good little pullback right there. That dropped pretty fast. All right, that's so depressing, but like I said, I'm still in it. I'm good. Let me check the chat, see what's going on over here. What's up, Bitcoin Jake? What's up, Fold'em? Serpent, what's up, man? What's up, Shuby? Am I doing a live stream Friday? I would assume so. Why? What's up? Let me know why you're asking. I try to do it every night, for the most part. All right, so we're 10 minutes in. Let me get going on basically the content. But Actually, I jumped ahead again. Before I do that, if you're watching this video and you're interested in crypto content like this, I've been kind of all over the place with my content lately. It's always crypto related, but previously I'd been doing a random coin mining show every night. We would basically mine something different every night. I would do polls and things like that. I've been kind of diving into some stuff that I was interested in stuff. I'm trying not to get on board with just covering like news type stuff or like the latest and greatest, although that hit me pretty hard on Monday because that's kind of what happened. I did the ASIC threat video for Ravencoin that 2 other popular YouTubers did as well. So we all kind of did. It worked out really well though because it was all different content, so it worked out. There were different things in each video, so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, so I'm just kind of bouncing around doing kind of whatever at this point. Not really. I'm trying to still do a stream at 9:30 every night, but you know, the topic it's completely random. It used to be random coin. Now it's like it might be whatever. I don't even know what I'm doing. So I think that kind of keeps it fun though. Just doing whatever I'm interested in for the time being. So be sure to subscribe. I got subscribe button over here, and then I got Twitter as well. And what I do on Twitter is I try to keep everybody updated with what's going on the channel. Plus I'll tweet nonsense over there from time to time. I also have, considering this topic, I also have a playlist for AION. I have quite a few AION videos. So be sure to check those out if you're interested in AION itself. And if you came here looking for AION content, then I have some over here, yeah. So check out these videos, how to mine. There's some just news type stuff and cover a lot of different platforms on how to mine. So yeah, got some pretty good stuff over there. So be sure to check that out. Follow me on Twitter, like I was saying, and yeah, do all that. How to mine AION actually was one of my first videos. I want to say it's not even on this playlist. That's funny. I need to add it because it was one of, let's see here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'm probably looking right at it. Here it is right here. So this video was one of my first uploaded videos. Maybe not first, but it was back in November of 2018. It was a video that took me one of the longest to make, and it was one of my longer videos. It's an hour long. Although now my streams are all like an hour long, so it's kind of funny. Now I just go for almost a solid hour almost every night. It seems like anyway. I used to go for just 30 minutes, but now it's been about an hour. So yeah, this video, it goes over a lot of different platforms. It goes over. It's a little bit dated. I mean, it covers their website before. I think that it's actually before it was updated and stuff. So there's nothing in here about Unity or anything like that. So it's a little bit dated, but still check it out. It's one of, even though it's only got 1,400 views compared to others, that's not a lot, but it is one of my more popular videos. So be sure to check that out. And like I was saying, it's also on the top 10 list of mine, and it's up there at the top. Just a reminder, this video is not sponsored in any way. And to be completely transparent, I have not been following AION very closely like I was in the beginning. I just have other things going on and kind of looking at other projects, and it's really hard to stay on top of everything that's going on with 10 projects, and that's why I'm thinking about knocking it down to 5, so that way it's a little bit easier, a little bit less time consuming. I'll see how that goes and see what I'll end up doing. But I got a lot going on, and yeah, so I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, although I am making an excuse, but I just have not been like really on top of AION like I have some other projects. So I just want to state that up front. So I'm not going to say I'm going to be lazy with the content, but I'm just not that up on it, so just keep that in mind. But what is AION. I actually tweeted something earlier today that kind of applies to AION in a lot of ways. I said I can't wait for the real killer crypto app. It'll be in the form of atomic swaps and interoperability. Envision being able to go seamlessly from one crypto to another, even on mobile, using some combination of bridges, dexes, stablecoins, masternodes, etc. So I think that, I don't know if anybody's working on this. I don't know of any projects that are working on something like this. And I actually left out, you'll also have like oracles in here as well that could benefit this goal of being a crypto killer app, But the way that everything is stovepiped right now with all the projects, and not, one project's not talking to another project, and one blockchain's not talking to another blockchain. There's very limited interoperability, and there's very limited cross-chain type communications going on, bridging and all that stuff. It's just all so infantile. There's just not a lot out there that is making that possible. Again, there's projects that are working on it, but I'm just saying, in general, it's not it's not even close to being user friendly at this point. And I think that is going to be a very important aspect of the overall crypto space and adoption and things like that. Whenever it's not going to matter so much. Look, we have the technology to make this stuff work, right? We could have all these blockchains talking to each other. We could send someone Ethereum and have them receive it in Bitcoin. That's possible, right? So I know from a technology standpoint it's possible. So now we just have to do it. And I think that's going to be a huge benefit to the adoption part, right? Whenever it's not going to matter what crypto you hold, you'll be able to spend it and use it in a lot of different ways, right? And if someone accepts Ethereum on their website, and you only have Bitcoin, right? So why would that stop you? Why should that stop you from actually being able to purchase whatever the product is, right? I think that's a huge barrier in the overall mass adoption that everyone always talks about. I don't know. I may be way off base, but I think that is kind of, it's my feeling. I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, I know it's a huge task to make that work, but I'm not a developer, but I know what is possible, and it would seem like that would be the logical next step for a killer app in the crypto world, the crypto space. I don't know. I'm just completely off topic and rambling here, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on the subject. I just think that would be awesome. I was going to say something else, and my train of thought is derailed here. I was going to say something. I thought it was going to be something else here. Yeah, it escapes me. I forget things. All right, so, but let's talk about AION and what is AION. Everybody loves this topic like this. In the simplest terms, it's basically blockchain 3.0. It's basically a blockchain 3.0 platform utilizing the AION virtual machine, AVM, that rides on top of the Java virtual machine. And AION aims to create a protocol that connects all other blockchains with bridging technology, as well as becoming the platform for the creation of new blockchains. So that is kind of like their goal. And I have to just be completely honest here. Their website is focused on development. It is not really, in my opinion, this website is not something that an end user is going to go to, right? So you can kind of see that it is really a developer's platform. And just my opinion there. But it's just what I see whenever I go to this website. It is like, okay, this is not really for me. I mean, I see right here, I'm an enthusiast, and it probably changes a little bit, but this is just for, email signing up and stuff like that. So it defaults to developer, kind of gives you the sense that that's what this is all about, right? It's got this link right here, straight to developers, not, end users or the normal menu items up here. They're not there, right? So you have to Just understand that this is like for developers. In my opinion, that's the way this website comes across immediately. Yeah, so I talked about what I tweeted earlier, well, actually, let me bring that back up because I want to. Where is it at? Yeah, okay. So this is kind of what I was going to talk about earlier. So the mainstream adoption of blockchains is limited because of scalability, privacy, and interoperability challenges, especially given the fact that there are so many different blockchain technologies nowadays. I got kind of on a rant earlier, but this is what I was going to say earlier. This is just from my notes. And for the most part, all are separate stovepipe projects that don't communicate with one another. And AION specifically is a project with a first mover advantage. In my opinion, they have a first mover advantage in a multi-tier blockchain network design. AION also acts as a dApp support system with the AVM, the AION virtual machine, utilizing the long-term standard Java virtual machine, like I talked about earlier. Since it's using the Java virtual machine, I think it's called the code base, then it already has support by thousands of developers that are already familiar with the programming language. So basically, whenever that AVM was released recently, fairly recently, within the past few months, I believe, it just instantly created this environment that developers could start building on top of the AION network, utilizing a coding language, a programming language that they already were familiar with. So that's kind of a big bonus there for how they designed and developed and released the AVM. So that's cool stuff that AION is doing. And something else that's being developed that's specifically mining related is the Unity, and that is it affects us miners, right? Because it has to do with how the consensus mechanisms are going to work in the future. And basically, this is a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake consensus algorithm that'll be implemented to help secure the network through that standard proof of work method that we're all familiar with as miners, and also provide an economic security through proof of stake. A side effect may be also increased throughput due to extra computing power on the network. There are some other benefits of proof of stake. The proof of stake nodes could also be utilized for all sorts of cool features and support on the network. Lots of different things that could be put in place because of proof of stake, master nodes and things like that. Unity may also present a lower entry barrier, which is kind of important for onboarding new users, for users who want to participate in the AION network, because instead of having to purchase like a really expensive mining rig, even a 6 GPU rig, NVIDIA GPUs, it's going to be expensive. So they'll be able to purchase a smaller amount basically and stake it, and be participating in the network. So I think that's a good thing. I don't see that as a bad thing. And we are going to get into a little bit more about the hybrid capability, or the hybrid feature itself here in just a moment. Some other really good Unity videos that some YouTubers have made is Red Panda made one a little while back. It looks like May 10th, talking about Unity. Super good video. It's it's only 17 minutes, 18 minutes. It's a good video. It talks all about it. So if you want to get more into it, this is a good video as well. And I'm going to butcher the name here, but I'll just say Daily Dose of Discomfort because this one is from Poland. I don't know his name. I could not get it, but he just recently did a video, and it's also talking about Unity as well. But he also has the plaque that's been going all over the world, and I would like to point out now, this right here was the, if I'm not mistaken, besides Brandon Coin's signature on the back, this was the first signature on the front. I believe mine was the first, and ICU2's was the second. And now I'm not going to be able to find his. Where did he sign it? There it is right here. So yeah, so I signed it here, he signed it here. So yeah, I'll always bring that up every time I see this AION plaque that's going all over the world, that I was the first one to sign the front. So I can always have that, that's just something that I'll always be able to say that. All right. So yeah, this thing is crazy. It's going all over the world. All the different AION developers are signing it. Red Panda Mining signed it. Yashnik, you guys know him. Yeah, so it's really cool that is happening, and it's in Poland right now. I don't know where it's at right now. This video is pretty new. It was August 21st, so I don't know where it's headed to next. Yeah, so cool stuff. So check out that video as well. Neat stuff there. And something really super important to note about the hybrid, or the Unity hybrid consensus mechanism that they're going to use. This variation is a little bit different than many. Okay, so this method, the method that AION is using, combines both proof of stake and proof of work to come to consensus on the one blockchain. It's like they work together to create the blocks instead of separately. So you can kind of see this if you go to this blog post right here, and they give a pretty good little description here. I love this blog post because it is zero to hero non-technical. So if you're not totally into all the development stuff on the development side, this kind of makes sense, right? So they break it down into fairly easy to digest information here. So what's important is proof of work. We're all pretty familiar with this. The blocks are created, the blocks of transactions, they're all linked, one to the other, basically, in building this proof of work chain, the blockchain, right? Well, proof of stake blockchain production on AION is going to use a similar method, right? It's going to basically, I think they call it stochastic process, and it's basically an imitation blockchain, right? I guess is the way to kind of describe it. They give a pretty good description of it in here somewhere. I don't see it. It's not jumping out at me right now. But they show you right here that it is simulated, right, in the same way that proof of work operates, right? So you got that. Well, whenever you combine them, or the way that Unity is going to work, and probably the reason that they called it Unity, is that it runs the proof of work and proof of stake algorithms concurrently. It says right here, since the proof of stake algorithm is tuned to produce blocks with the same distribution, randomly determined process. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. Couldn't figure out the correct terminology there. It's basically the same distribution as proof of work. The blocks produced by both algorithms can be interleaved into one chain. So it's visualized like this. So that's important to note, because this is not like, hey, screw you, proof of work guys, you miners, you guys are done, get out of here. That's not what this looks like. This looks like, hey, we need to secure the network a little bit more with proof of stake. We're not gonna kick the miners off. It's not gonna be totally unprofitable. And there are some other things that they're doing to actually, not affect miners in such a negative way. With Unity, it's looking like the block times are going to increase from 10 seconds to 20 seconds, effectively doubling the block rewards from 1.5 to 3, if I'm not mistaken. And if there's any AION folks in here, I don't know if there is. Let's see here. Red Pandas, what's up, man? Let's see. Okay, so there's no AION Cool Tech, any of those guys in here. But I believe that the block rewards, Red Panda, you might know this, the block rewards are going to increase from 1.5 to 3, and essentially doubling the hash rate as well, or that'll happen because of how they're implementing this. So in the end, it looks like it's going to impact miners in a very minimal way. I think the algo, again, I did not get into this, I could not find it anywhere quickly, but I think the algo is going to stay as Equihash 2109. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I will maybe update the description if I find out later on that that's not true. But from what I can gather, the AION devs are committed to ensure a fair distribution of block rewards and not allow the staked cartels to take over the network. So that is a huge bonus. You can tell that the devs are saying, okay, look, our proof of work miners have got us to here, and we're not going to, put them on the outside. We're not going to forget about where we came from, right? And I think that's important, in an overall project scheme of things. I think it's important to at least try to make miners happy, especially when we have supported the network for so long, and with our hash power and stuff like that. I think that's important, and I think that's a good aspect of the AION community and the AION devs to be able to continue to do that. So let me check the chat and see what y'all are talking about over here. Yeah, Shubi, I still don't have an ETC donation address. Sorry. Just trying to read a couple things here, see if there's anything we need to talk about. Yeah, good grief, Red Panda. This, yeah, I talked about, I don't know if you were in here whenever I showed this, but good grief. I mean, they're in the 7 cents, man. They're almost to 6. Yeah, I'm not liking that. All right, so let me know in the chat, do y'all want to go through a mining operation, maybe do NVIDIA on, or AION on HiveOS and NVIDIA, or do y'all want to just call it a night? I'll do either. Just let me know. Let me know what y'all want to do. I could probably blast through it pretty quick. But I know this wasn't like a super long or too informative video, but I think it was not too bad. I mean, I liked covering some aspects of Unity that people may have overlooked. Some people here, especially miners, we hear about going to proof of stake, and it's like, great, here's another coin that's going to leave us behind or whatever, and it does not look like that is what is happening with AION. So I was happy to hear that. Also, let me know what y'all think about this. I was surprised, because normally I get a little bit more interaction than this. I only got 4 likes. That's not good for me, because I've got 1,000 followers on Twitter, and to only get 4 likes for this tweet, I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, I was kind of looking for a little bit of engagement. I mean, yeah, I just kind of talk about whatever I want, but I was kind of going for some engagement. Hang on just a second here again. All right, sorry about that. Noises in the house again. All right, let's see, what are we at here? I don't know, guys. I'm a little bit, I don't know. I don't really want to do too much more here. I think I'm just going to call it. And probably the shortest stream I've done in a while, actually, because I've been going for like an hour every night. I started at 9:45, so this is like, what, 35 minutes? That's not too bad. Maybe I'll do, mining stuff later in the week or something for AION. I've got some other stuff I want to do. I've just been kind of struggling with content lately. Just the creation part, just not creation, but figuring out what I wanted to actually cover. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's the market's got me down a little bit. It could be that. I don't know. Probably a lot of other stuff too. All right, guys, I am going to call it right there. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll figure something out. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more energy tomorrow. And, you know, I hate being like Debbie Downer and stuff. So, yeah, maybe I need to recharge here a little bit. But, yeah, I'll be back up tomorrow, probably same time, 9:30, 9:45, somewhere around in there. I'll do the announcement. I'll try to do an announcement earlier. I keep getting like the announcements out a little late. Probably because I'm bouncing around the idea of not doing a stream. And I just kind of do it at the last minute. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry, I'm a little low energy. You know, not gonna totally apologize or anything, but you know, it is 10:30 on a work night. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow, probably same time. Stay savage.